Good, happy Friday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast. Let's get started. First up, AG, former state rep, sold marijuana to other lawmakers. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
I lost my younger son at age 25 from a heroin addiction. Our whole family brought us to our knees when we lost him. What I would like my question answered from Maggie Hassan, why are our families and our people sending their loved ones out of this state to get the help they need? She didn't see it. She didn't see the full force of this, the people that we were losing. In my whole heart, she hasn't done her job, and that's how I feel about it.
Tonight, a new report from the Attorney General says it is clear former State Rep Kyle Tasker not only used marijuana at the State House, he sold it to some fellow lawmakers as well. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jennifer Vaughn.
And I'm Josh McKelvin. The report brings to an end months of State House rumors and speculation. Back in March, WMUR was first to report that a raid at Tasker's home had led to evidence that he had sold illegal drugs to other House members. And tonight, the Attorney General's report names names, even if none of them will be charged. The most notable name in the Attorney General's report is the former Deputy Speaker of the House, Pam Tucker, who, according to the investigation, bought marijuana from Tasker on one occasion and a marijuana elixir on another. Manchester Rep. Joseph LaChance called Tasker the, quote, Club Med of weed, according to the report, and bought marijuana from him on several occasions and brought friends that did the same. Also from Manchester, Representative Amanda Bolden told investigators she used pot with Tasker in his car, was with Tasker while he smoked pot inside the State House, and recalls Tasker talking about the drug ecstasy and a big drug purchase that Tasker had made in Lancaster. Sanbornville Rep. Ted Wright told investigators that he bought marijuana from Tasker for his wife to ease the symptoms of her breast cancer treatment. While Plastow Rep. Sherm Kellogg, also named in the report, but he passed away from cancer in June and was not interviewed by investigators. In response to the Attorney General report, the Speaker of the New Hampshire House, Sean Jasper, issued a statement saying, quote, members of the legislature take an oath to uphold the Constitution and laws of our state. Any member of the House who has knowingly committed a criminal offense should consider whether their actions have compromised the dignity and integrity of the New Hampshire House of Representatives. There are no criminal charges, therefore no criminal proceedings, but the voters will decide whether the representatives running for re-election deserve their votes. Governor Hassan's office also released a statement accepting the AG's explanation for not bringing charges, but includes, quote, the governor is extremely concerned by the illegal activity conducted by some members of the New Hampshire House. Now, I just received a statement from the attorney for State Rep. Amanda Bolden that says, in part, reiterating, quote, Amanda did not buy drugs from Tasker. In fact, she never even inquired about buying drugs from Tasker, not once. We've been unable to reach to the other lawmakers named in this report for comment, but the report does say LaChance and Tucker also told investigators they used the marijuana for medicinal reasons. The report says no charge will be filed against any of the reps because evidence was insufficient to sustain any kind of prosecution. Tasker has pled not guilty, by the way, to several felony drug charges, as well as a charge of solicitation of a minor via the...
Okay, and there you go on that report. Officials investigate string of fires in Portsmouth. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
At age 25 from a heroin addiction. Our whole family brought us to our knees when we lost him. What I would like my question answered from Maggie Hassan, why are our families and our people sending their loved ones out of this state to get the help they need? She didn't see it. She didn't see the full force of this, the people that we were losing. In my whole heart, she hasn't done her job, and that's how I feel about it.
A Jones Ave resident called the Portsmouth Fire Department early Sunday after spotting flames leaping from this bin full of scrap wood meant for fire pits.
People recycle, so I leave it here for them, and this is what I ended up with.
On Monday, crews responded to a fire involving railroad ties off McDonough Street a few miles away.
And just after 5 Tuesday morning, they put out flames at one end of the middle pier at Prescott Park. Its entrance still closed off with fire scene tape on Friday.
There was no electrics or no utilities going to any of these spaces, which means somehow the fire got started by other means.
Whether they were intentionally set or a coincidence of accidents, officials can't yet say.
What we're looking at and what we're investigating, given the fact that there's no ignition source in all three, and all three happening so close together, that's a little bit of an oddity and something that we're spending more time digging into.
None of the fires did much property damage and no one was hurt. The concern is they may not be so lucky again if indeed there's something amiss.
As you can see, they started the tree. It could have taken the house, and things escalate as dry as it is. It's ridiculous.
We want to spend some time and make sure that we have thoroughly vetted these out and that we don't in fact have an issue in the city.
Officials are asking residents and businesses near those scenes to check surveillance cameras and for everyone to report anything suspicious they may have seen or do see in the future. Reporting live in Portsmouth, Jennifer Crompton, WMUR.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Ayot Hassan spare on security issues in first debate. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
Is not the safety and welfare of the patients at New Hampshire Hospital. For months, we've tried to warn her that they didn't have adequate staffing to take care of those patients. As to the layoff of up to 460 people, if Maggie Hassan knew about it, she's corrupt. If she didn't know about it, she's inept. Maggie Hassan puts politics over people.
In front of dozens of people at the North Conway Grand Hotel, candidates for U.S. Senate, Senator Kelly Ayotte and Governor Maggie Hassan debated for the first time.
At the end of the day, this race comes down to whether New Hampshire is going to have a senator who always stands for New Hampshire's priorities, or a senator who continues to have her agenda shaped by corporate special interests.
I'm going to continue to fight for the people of New Hampshire. I have one of the most bipartisan records because I'm focused on getting results.
Several issues were covered, including military spending, the Affordable Care Act, and foreign policy, including the nuclear deal with Iran.
This is a big difference between Governor Hassan and I. One of the first things she did when she got in this race was endorse this Iran agreement, which I think makes the country less safe.
I have concluded that the imperfect Iran deal is the best way to keep Iran from having a nuclear weapon, something that must never happen.
The two candidates also differed on balancing the budget and on gun control.
I worked in a bipartisan way when after the Orlando shooting to introduce legislation to keep guns from those who are too dangerous to get on a commercial flight.
Because Senator Ayotte and others standing with the gun lobby voted against expanding background checks, those same people can go online and to gun shows.
Hassan and Ayotte did agree on a few issues, such as addressing the opioid crisis here in the state.
We have worked to make sure that people on the front lines are getting the resources they need.
Not only supporting their efforts and making sure that they have what they need locally, but also going after it at its source.
Hassan and Ayotte were also asked some lighthearted questions during the debate, such as who their favorite teacher was growing up and where their favorite places to hike. You can see the entire debate on our website, WMUR.com.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Clinton describes Trump's latest Twitter meltdown as unheritaged. After Donald Trump doubled down on his attacks on former Miss University Alessia Macado with a series of tweets earlier today, Hillary Clinton slammed the Republican nominee for finding it a lot easier to insult women than to talk to the president of Mexico about building a wall. Stocks rally, close sharply higher as Duchess's rebounds 14%. U.S. equities closed sharply higher on Friday as Duchess Bank shares rebounded, aimed a report that the German banking gain was near a settlement with the Justice Department. El Conjoy John police release video of fatal officer-involved shooting. A physiatric emergency response team in El Conjon, California, was at another call but broke away and attempted to respond to the scene, where police eventually faced off with Alfred Olongo. Police Chief Jeff Davis told reporters the PRT team didn't arrive until after the shooting, the chief said. And let's take a look at what's on the schedule for this evening at the Deerfield Fair. Right now is the Rockin' Daddy-O's Relaxation Grove stage. 7 p.m. Horse Show Ring. 7 p.m. TBA Main Stage. 7 p.m. Alpaca Costume Class, Sheep Ring Tent, and 7:30 the Tim Chero Band. And that's what's happening this evening at the Deerfield Fair. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Friday evening. Good night, everyone. Bye.